Welcome back. Episode 101
Oh boy.
of Wrasslin Talkos podcast.
101, you say?
Yeah, thing said episode 100, but it's episode 101. Double or Nothing 2021 predictions.
Predictions.
Haven't done a podcast in months.
Do I?
Haven't done a podcast in months.
It's been a very long time.
Yeah.
The rest of the podcast that is.
Huh?
Like, how's Andy the only good-looking one right now?
It's kind of fucked up, man.
The lighting. It's the lighting.
I think all of you are good looking.
Dangles.
It's the background that I got.
It brings out your eyes.
It does bring out your eyes.
Yeah.
It brings out his hair. Look at the hair.
Just purple
Oh, it
hair.
does. It matches it. Yeah.
Nice shirt, man.
Oh yeah. He's taking the titles tonight.
And I like your Michael Myers thing, Nick.
Thank you.
You like my bassinet back here?
No.
That's cool.
No. What?
Damn. No.
How is she?
No.
She's pretty good. She's already 7 months, man. Growing up.
Jesus, man.
It's crazy. She
Well,
cries a lot.
Romeo's playing the Switch and is actually like really, really good for being 3 years old. So
Damn.
that's a pain in
Pro
the ass,
gamer.
though. I think he's gonna be a pro gamer, man.
I forgot he's 3 years old already.
Yeah.
Van's gonna be about to be 10 this next month. It's crazy.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Time flies. Time flies when you're stuck at home.
Yeah. Y'all want to get some predictions for Double or Nothing, which is airing on Sunday.
Let's get it.
All right. Match number 1, the Casino Battle Royale. Announced participants are. Where the hell are they? Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., Press 10 Vance, Stu Grayson, Nick Camarado, QT Marshall, Lee Johnson, Dustin Rhodes, Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, Penta Elizondo Metal, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Matt Sydal, Kristen Cage, Matt Hardy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Evil Uno, Coca Cabana, Jungle Boy, and a mystery entrant. Man,
Man, it would have been awesome if
Who could
Ray
that-
Phoenix was in this.
Ray Phoenix is out for injury, right?
He's out with injury right now.
Damn.
So who do you think the Joker's going to be?
The Joker.
Joe
You know
Alonzo.
Huh?
Joe Alonzo.
Joe Alonzo.
Joe Alonzo.
That'd be
I
pretty
don't
dope,
think
but
it'll-
it's
I
not.
don't think it'll be Joe
No,
Alonzo.
it's not.
I haven't been keeping up with AEW at all. So, like, whose contract expired recently?
Right now, some of the top free agents that are available, I guess, are Andrade, who showed up in AAA and challenged Kenny Omega for that title. And Daniel Bryan's a free agent right now. A lot of the other guys that got released, they still have time on their non-compete. So, Nick Gage, I guess, could be a name too, especially after all the attention he's been getting from the Dark Side of the Ring stuff. So,
Moose's contract's ending, right?
what was that?
Moose from Impact.
No, Moose re-signed with Impact.
He knocked down the rumors of that. He said he didn't resign.
So he's not winning his championship back.
He should win that.
We
title.
did say before there was news of him re-signing, or if it was rumors, he did say that his contract was going to be up, I think, in June. It was June or July. So I don't think he will. And he already has I don't think it'll be Andrade either. Kind of for the same reason. I think they both have stories going on with Kenny Omega for other championships. I don't think they'd come to AEW to start that too. But I don't know. I don't know. I would probably. I don't think it's going to be Daniel Bryan. So I would assume maybe, like I said, I think maybe like a Nick Gage or something.
Who's out with injury right now that could return? Like
who?
Anybody out with injury?
Is anybody out with injury?
Yeah.
Ray Phoenix. as far as like somebody who can come in as the Joker and do that, I don't believe so. No.
Damn. I can't think of anybody at all.
I think this will be one kind of like last year where it was Matt Sydal, where it's not like a big name, but it's somebody that you know and you haven't seen in a minute. I think it'll be something like that. I just don't know who. A lot of the guys, I guess, that are in that type of space are in NWA right now.
Aiden English.
I hope not.
That'd be kind of cool.
Aiden English.
With Miro.
That's my bet.
I think Christian's going to win. But yeah, I don't know who the Joker will be. That'd be Carlito.
Carlito.
I'm down for
I would pop for that shit.
I'll pop for shit too, man. I pop for it in the Royal Rumble. I'll pop for it with this.
You said who? You got Christian Cage?
Yeah, I'm going Christian Cage.
I'm gonna go with Powerhouse Hobbs.
I think that'll be a really good one too if he does.
Yeah. They need to finally push him over because they have yet to push him, and he's a really big guy.
I know a lot of people think so. Paul White is Big Show. He's the special guest announcer for the match, so a lot of people think it might be him also. I wouldn't be like disappointed, I guess, because like I said, I'm not setting my bar for like Daniel Bryan. I think it'd be fun to see him because I think if he did win, I don't think he would win if he was in it, but if he did win, a Kenny Omega versus Big Show match, I think kind of sounds interesting. So I think that'd be funny. He ain't gonna do no one-winged angel to that big motherfucker.
You can try. And fail.
Who do you think's gonna win?
That poor thing looks just like you.
I know, right?
Good curse.
Little Franco.
So what do y'all got, Nick and Andy?
I kind of forgot that long list of who was in it. To be honest,
what?
I already
You
forgot
what?
the whole list of names you just said.
Don't hit me.
90% of the names I don't know.
Okay, we got Griff Garrison. We got Brian Pillman Jr. We got Press 10 Vance. We got Stu Grayson, Nick
That's who she
Camarado,
chose.
QT Marshall, Lee Johnson, Dustin Rhodes, Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, Penta Azzetto Metal, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Matt Sydal, Christian Cage, Matt Hardy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Evo Uno, Colt Cabana, Jungle Boy, and a mystery entrance.
Colt Cabana.
Colt Cabana? That's a good choice.
It's the best choice. I know I'm gonna be very safe bet with Christian. I feel like it's a safe bet.
Man, you just want a safe bet. You want a
Safe bet. You want to go for
Yeah, I think it'll be Christian Cage. I think
the risky
it'll
bet.
be a
We
good
go for the mystery point. The mystery
match.
person.
You don't want to risk it for the biscuit?
It's the mystery person. It's just straight up the risky.
Probably is the mystery person that's going to win it.
Is that the first match that's on the card?
I have no idea. I know on the buy-in they said it's for the NWA Women's Championship. Serena Deeb versus Riho.
I think. Well, I'm pretty sure Serena Deeb will win this, but I have a feeling that somebody will come out in this one.
Thunder Rosa?
I think it's happened every time. Like whenever it was Allison Kay versus Serena Deeb, there was Thunder Rosa came out right towards the end. I think every one of these actually that's been an opener has had somebody either come in to help or start a new program. And I know in NWA it's Camille and Thunder Rosa. Oh, she just knocked you, man.
Yeah,
I saw that. I know it's Camille versus Thunder Rosa, but I don't know how that'll work because right now they have a storyline going on where if Thunder Rosa loses, she can't go to any other promotion.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't think they'll go back to Thunder Rosa versus Serena Deeb right now, so I don't know. NWA has been pretty bad, though. I don't know if y'all been watching or keep up with it, but it's been pretty bad.
My eye. No, I know you have to pay now to watch it, right? Like $5 a month or something. Yeah,
it's like $5 a month. They've been doing things where it's like, okay, this is a however long show, and with 20 minutes left, the tag team the tag team champions don't want to wrestle, so it's the end of the show, and then they end the show with like 20 minutes left. Like they've been doing weird things like that, or like I said with the Thunder Rosa Serena Deeb stuff, it's like, oh, the stip is if you lose, you have to stay here in NWA. Like that's sad.
Mike,
you know.
I haven't been keeping up with it. I've been hearing little things here and there, but that's about it. So y'all got for that Serena Deeb versus Riho.
Serena Deeb.
Serena Deeb, SES.
And he's like, whoever the hell Serena Deeb is.
Dude, I was like, I don't know either one.
Serena Deeb's the one that was in Straight Edge Society. The one got her head shaped bald.
Serena Deeb's awesome.
Yeah.
She's the champion.
No, I keep forgetting. No, I do know that one. Let's go with that one. I like her.
I'll say Serena Deeb
like
too.
her.
Yeah, and she just came off a really, really good match with Red Velvet too. I don't know how the hell she was not wrestling for WWE. She was a trainer for these past like 4 or 5 years.
It's WWE, man.
But then again, WWE wanted Thunder Rosa as a ref, so I guess I'm not surprised. What's next?
Next up for the TNT Championship, you got Miro versus Lance Archer.
So Miro beat Darby. Darby had, I want to say, 9 defenses. You know, he had a pretty good run. He was actually a big ratings draw for the show. And Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky threw Darby Allin down some steps and messed up his shoulder or his arm. And that helped with Miro winning. So Miro just won. I don't think he's going to lose. But it's also hard because it's like, damn, you don't want Lance Archer to take another loss. So it's kind of hard. I don't think Miro's going to be a transitional champ like that, though. So I'm pretty sure he'll win. I think it's going to be a really good match, though. Big, hard-hitting match.
For my personal reasons, I'm definitely with Archer on this one. Personal.
Personal? It's personal.
It's not really personal. It's just like biased. It's like, I'm just going to go for Archer. It's my man.
I think it'll be fucking hilarious if Miro loses it right away to Lance Archer. I think it'll be hilarious. It probably won't happen because everybody's high on Miro now, but like it'll be hilarious for him to go from Rusev to Miro and then just lose it right away.
That'd be very sad.
But yeah, I'll say Lance Archer, even though he's not gonna win it.
Mm-hmm. You just hope.
And he's like, whichever the big one is, I don't know.
The big one,
it's Miro. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. There's a lot of lag going on with me.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I was going with Miro. Rusev.
With Rusev. Next up, you got the American.
You mentioned lag, and now I'm getting the lag.
Next up, you got Anthony Ogogo versus the American Dream, Cody Rhodes.
So they're doing a whole 80s feud with this, where it's like America versus England, and it's kind of weird in this time frame, especially with all the issues that this country has been going through. So a lot of people are actually looking at Cody Rhodes as the heel and Anthony Ogogo as the baby face, which I think is hilarious.
An amazing promo.
I thought the promo was delivered fine. Some of the things he said is like, "Hey man, no, that ain't it." But
ain't it, Chief?
Yeah, they've built it up kind of weird. Huh?
This ain't it, Chief.
This ain't it, Chief. Like it was built up kind of weird. In that sense, like I don't think it needed to be us versus them type of thing, especially because the things that Anthony Ogogo was saying. I mean, yeah, he threw in, you know, the I hate America type of stuff, but when you actually see the stuff he was saying, I mean, it's not wrong. He wasn't really wrong, but had him do they've had him do 2 matches so far, Anthony Ogogo, and it's just been the punches, which is good to sell that. I mean, he is an Olympic boxer. I guess he's gonna wrestle, like actually wrestle. I don't think this will be a type of squash match where you're just gonna eventually punch him and knock him out. I think they're gonna actually wrestle. And I guess if there's anybody he could be in there with, it's Cody, because him and QT are the ones who trained him. So I think Ogogo is going to take it, and I think it'll actually be better than what I think it'll be better than what people were going to expect.
I'll go with the Go too. It just makes sense to go with him. If they have Cody win against a new young talent, then it's like,
everybody's going to come with the pitchforks.
That's what's best for business. Go over new talent.
Triple H him.
Triple H
his ass.
I'm going with the Nightmare.
That's a good choice, dream. But he's not in the match.
The American Dream.
Yeah, he's going to be the American Dream, and he's actually going back to his original
Kingdom.
Theme. Yeah, Kingdom.
Downstate. I didn't even know there was a change. I haven't paid attention to much.
Change? Why would you change that?
He did the Snoop Dogg version because he did that Go Big Show thing with Snoop Dogg.
Why did they shoot Big Show for?
Huh?
That show, like, why is it all about Big Show?
Made about Paul.
About Big Show? Because they canceled the Netflix one. They had to make a TBS one.
You know, that Netflix show was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it.
You say that by 7
I don't think anybody else agreed because that thing got canceled very quickly.
It was good for kids. That's what it was made for. Was for kids, not for adults. All wrestling fans think everything's for them.
He's actually pretty funny guy. Like I didn't watch the show on Netflix, but I see him on Dark Elevation doing commentary. He's actually pretty funny. It's really weird. I didn't expect that from him.
It's scripted.
It's scripted.
Like a lot of things.
I don't think Dark Elevation.
You gotta just put them down like that. It's scripted. Don't laugh.
Did you say your pick, Andy?
I'm going with Cody.
Cody?
Just because most fans think it's best for business with a new guy, but
Stardust.
It's just Cody, you know. It's Stardust. I'm really feeling like it's Cody this round.
Next up, you got for the Women's Championship, Hikaru Shida defending against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. I think it's Baker's time.
Yeah, tomorrow night they're doing the 1 year celebration for Shida, and it's going to be, I'm sure, going through all the championship matches she went through and talking about how she was the champ throughout the whole pandemic, all that stuff. That's a pretty clear sign to me that Britt Baker's going to take this. And she should. She should. And I think she should. She's been the biggest star in the women's division anyways.
And she still doesn't have an action figure.
And I think that's what they're waiting for.
Get that
that's what they're waiting for.
I love Shida, but I'm going with Adams Baby.
So it's all Britt Baker then, huh?
Baker all around.
The deathmatch legend, Britt Baker.
Next up, you got a tag team match. You got Sting and Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. First off with this match, I just want to point out, Scorpio Sky went from being a trio tag team to going solo, back into a tag team. Ethan Page went to being in a tag team, going solo, back into a tag team. What the fuck? They're both good single guys.
Well, you want TV time, you get in a team in this company. I think WWE conditioned a lot of people that if you're in a tag team, it's a demotion.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
Also,
Scorpion's guy should be the future. At least, be the TNT
at least when
champion.
somebody's getting their ass kicked, at least they have somebody come and save them. And again, I know you guys haven't been watching the other shows. It's a pretty frustrating thing when you watch Raw, SmackDown. Somebody's getting their ass kicked and nobody helps them, but they're the biggest babyface apparently. But
what are you talking about right there?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
I'm saying it's like people complain about guys in AEW being in a part of stables or a part of groups. And I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, Scorpio Sky should have been like a TNT champion or something. And Ethan Page coming from Impact, right? And he was with the North. Like, I get it. But at the same time, it's like at least almost everybody in the show has a partner in some way or a friend. So whenever somebody's getting their ass kicked, they get helped. At least that makes sense. I just think a lot of people are conditioned to thinking that if you're in a tag team, it's a demotion because you're not in a world title match type of thing. I mean, I agree to an extent, though. Like, I get with Scorpio Sky. I thought he should have been a TNT champion a long time ago. Apparently, he got hurt. So I guess that's why he was out for a minute. And then with Ethan Page, I thought he was going to be a singles guy right out the gate, too. But I will say, I mean, the stuff that he has been doing with Scorpio, I thought it's been pretty funny.
Yeah, from my sense, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, all this stuff with Darby. Like, I didn't know that him and Darby had such a history. I didn't see their Evolve stuff. But, I mean, if it's to the point that Darby has metal in his elbow because of Ethan Page, and apparently he has like a dent in his forehead or something, like a scar in the forehead that is covered by the face paint because of Ethan Page too, it's like, Jesus, man, like, I don't know what the hell they were doing to each other. And then this is also going to be Sting's first live match in 6 years, I want to say.
Oh, it's an actual match?
It's an actual match. It's not cinematic.
Wow.
And I mean, Sting is 62 years old with spinal stenosis, but apparently he's been wrestling. He's been training. And I will say this. When you look at the guys that are coming back right now, right? Christian, Edge, even Daniel Bryan, and they were told like they can never wrestle again. That was by WWE doctors. So I don't know if maybe it was just on their part of being extra cautious compared to as a regular doctor. So I assume it's possible that with Sting, it's like, yeah, he has the spinal stenosis, but it isn't to the extent, I guess, that they thought. But at the same time, the dude is still 62 years old. Like, I imagine in this match, I mean, I think Sting and Darby will get the win because of the crowd being there. But I think it'll be something to where like Sting gets attacked as soon as they come out. They beat up on Darby forever, and then Sting makes the save, and then that's how it'll go. Like, keep the fans happy type of stuff with Sting.
I'm gonna go with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
I think either way, actually, you can't go wrong because you either have the good babyface moment with Sting and Darby, or you keep building up what I think is a really good team of Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, especially Ethan Page. Ethan Page I think he's really good. I
just want to see the father and son win,
The father
and Darby Allin.
We saw Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio win already.
We won.
No,
Dominic.
No, this
they
is
should have waited
another
till
father and son.
They should have waited till this next pay-per-view that WWE is having. It's actually on Father's Day.
Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, or whichever one is coming up.
Yeah.
Didn't they switch Hell in a Cell, Money in the Bank, or something?
Yeah, Hell in a Cell's in June. Money in the Bank's in July now.
Oh, that's what they switched. Yeah, it's like, man, you should have done the tag team thing there and have Rey Mysterio win on Father's Day.
Yeah. What about you, Nick?
Although I do love Scorpio Sky, I say the Stinger, the icon, and Darby Allin's gonna take it.
Some bullshit.
It's some bullshit. It hurts me saying that.
Next up, you got Page versus Cage. Hangman Adam Page versus Brian Cage.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so Hangman Page had been number one in the rankings for a minute, or at least was going upwards in that direction. To face Kenny Omega, I think it's pretty obvious they're not going to do that match until later in the year. So what they did was they had Team Taz attack Hangman Page before his match, and then had Brian Cage beat him to knock Hangman down in the rankings, have Brian Cage go up, and of course, they got to set up a match with that. So I think that Brian Cage will probably take this also. I'm sure there'll be interference and everything with this too. And I'm sure they'll find a way to protect Hangman, but I think it's going to be one of those things where they just continue to make Hangman like his character is one, that keeps doubting things, or is, the anxious millennial cowboy and all this stuff. And he's, he gets down, right? That's been the whole thing. I think they're going to have Brian Cage win, probably even eventually have him face Kenny Omega in a TV match or something before we get to Hangman versus Kenny in September, August, whichever pay-per-view that one is.
All Out?
So I think Brian Cage.
Yeah, I'll say Brian Cage as well.
Brian Cage. Guy's a monster.
The guy should be a monster.
He's a monster.
Should be.
Monster
That dude
The
is
way they've been
something else.
booking him. The FTW title has been defended.
What?
The FTW title.
Nah, man. FTW title is a problem.
It's just a prop.
Some prop.
Oh, like
It's
all the
just a
titles. Got it.
Now they did say though last year it already been a few months after the FTW title was introduced. It's not officially recognized, even though they have had some title defenses on it. But they did say last year when they were talking about the new show coming, which turns out to be AEW Rampage, that might be one of the featured titles on there. So it might be something to where later on, it's going to be more looked at more as, an actual important thing. But as of right now, I mean, that title doesn't mean anything.
All right, who you got, Andy?
Oh, could have sworn I said the other guy.
He's like Cage Page.
Brian Cage.
Brian Cage.
Yeah.
And then let's get Christian Cage and Hangman Page versus Brian Cage and Christian Cage
Versus
in a
Nick.
cage
Then
match.
Nick Cage comes in.
With
And
Nick
then
Cage as special
special guest
referee.
referee Diamond Dallas Page.
Nicolas Cage appears.
And Nicolas Cage.
Next up, you got a Stadium Stampede match. The Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle. If the Inner Circle loses, they must disband forever.
So they've said
Yeah,
in
sorry.
multiple interviews and in their promos that this is going to be a different Stadium Stampede. Obviously, the one last year was full of comedy, and it was something I guess that they felt that we needed because it was towards the beginning of the pandemic. Now with this feud, the Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle being what they're building up as like a blood feud, and they had blood and guts, and they've had these fights. It's been serious for the most part. They're saying that this is going to be a different Stadium Stampede, and it's also not all pre-taped. Apparently, there is going to be. I think what it is it's going to be pre-taped as far as in the stadium, and then it's going to spill out into the live crowd. And with the live crowd, of course, it's actually going to be live, right? They're going to come out and go from there. This is from what I've heard with like Chris Jericho and his interviews and stuff, is Blood and Guts was the beginning of the feud, or like the real beginning, because you can look back to MJF and Chris Jericho or whatever. But as far as Inner Circle versus Pinnacle, it's the beginning, right? So a part of me thinks that the Inner Circle will win, but I'm going to go with the Pinnacle, and I think the Inner Circle will break up.
You're going that route.
You're going there.
Yeah.
I'm going with
what else can they do?
Take.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know what else they can do. And even if they continue the feud, what are they going to do? They've done Blood and Guts, and they're going to do Stadium Stampede. What match can you have? You know, and if the Inner Circle does win, whenever they lost at Blood and Guts, their whole thing the next week was, we want the rematch. We want the rematch. This is the rematch. If they lose again, they break up. But if they win, what is it? The Pinnacle is going to be like, oh, we want a rematch now?
Yes.
So I think the Inner Circle will lose.
It makes sense.
With that theory, I'm
So
going
with
with
the Pinnacle.
So there's not going to be any broken Matt Hardy Lake of Reincarnation spots.
Meh.
I like it.
I'm going to go with the Inner Circle just because I don't want them to break up. But then again, I do want Sammy to go on by himself, and then Pride and Powerful be a tag team by themselves. It's like if they break up, the fuck are they going to do Jake Hager? Is he going to be Chris Jericho's bodyguard?
That's what I think. I think Chris Jericho would go off and have Hager as the heater. Like I don't think they'll ever be apart, because I don't think there's anything you could do with Hager. Like you could have him as a guy, but I think he'd be like a dark regular.
It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, top guy on dark.
Kind of
That makes me sad, man.
It doesn't make me sad. I don't care for Hager.
That's where he belongs, man.
Although I have enjoyed his stuff with the Inner Circle. He has some really good comedic timing.
Hey, Andy.
What's up?
What do you want from Sonic?
The Hedgehog.
What'd you say? What?
Okay.
What do you want from Sonic? My wife's picking up some Sonic.
Yeah, I'm just like my stimulus came in. Bring me the Hedgehog. No, I don't know, a burger.
Number 7.
You know he wants that
sure.
carny.
You want double bacon?
Yeah.
All the way.
Yes.
Put
I'll
long
be doing
cone.
it now.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Nick. Who do you got?
What?
Who do you got?
What do you want from Sonic?
From the doors telling us what from Sonic. One very flavor of the slushies. I said Inner Circle, just didn't say it loud enough. Got
Inner Circle?
Give me a slushie too.
So 2 of us are Inner Circle, 2 of us are Pinnacle. I mean, come on, man. If Inner Circle wins, y'all 2 have to disband.
No. That's not how it works.
Mm.
Well, I mean, if they lose, me and Nick can't disband. That's just fucked up.
It's happened before.
I mean, you and the Reaper don't like y'all never even met each other. Y'all could disband.
You know, you're right. We should start that up then.
The Reaper and the Anomaly.
Yes.
That could be a TV show right there.
Honestly.
A TV show. Put on a T-shirt.
Put it on a T-shirt. Shit, I'll buy that shirt.
Who we got next?
Next up, we got for the tag team titles, the Young Bucks versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
Hey man, I know y'all haven't been watching, but
I watched this, dude.
They jacked their shoes. They're $10,000 shoes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I did the same shit.
God, man. I'm sure they gave them backstage, but just the thought of somebody stealing your $10,000 shoes, like, I got shoes right now that I paid like $200 for, and I think I've only worn them like 3 times because I'm like, fuck no, I ain't doing this shit. So $10,000 ones, I don't know. This one's interesting, man, because like it's easy, I think, to say the Young Bucks would win, but Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston have just been so damn good together that there's almost the part of me that actually wants them to win.
If Mox wins, he'll be the first one to have 2 different titles in the company, correct?
Yeah. No. Kenny, because Kenny was a tag team champion, and then
that's right. Yeah, Kenny was.
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Damn belt collector, man.
Forgot about the owner of the company. Come on, man.
But yeah. So it's hard. I think I'll still go with the Young Bucks, but again, y'all probably haven't seen it, but the chemistry between Moxley and Eddie Kingston is so damn good, and they're so funny backstage and their promos and stuff. It's almost to the point that you want them to have their own show. That it's like a buddy cop movie.
That's what they were before AEW.
But yeah, I'll go with the Young Bucks.
I'm gonna go with Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley because I like their chemistry together right now.
I'm going with the Street Thugs.
You said Street Thugs.
Now you know they jacked them damn $10,000 shoes, and Eddie Kingston tied them up and threw them on the power lines.
You know it.
They should have done
on BT.
They should have, right? They did cut a really good promo on BT, or Matt Jackson did cut a really good promo on BTE about it. And he was saying how, they've known Eddie Kingston. They've been on a bunch of the indie shows or whatever, but it's like Eddie was at the bottom of the card. We were the guys that were making the money and doing all this stuff and all this. And it's just like, I mean, I guess he wasn't wrong. But I think it's going to be a really good match. The dynamic is a lot different, because you have the Young Bucks as heels. They haven't been as like flippy and all the real spotty like they were as baby faces. So they're already themselves are working different. But now you're going against guys that don't do anything special other than be very hard hitting. So I feel like in this one it's going to be a lot more grounded than anything.
Everybody say their pick?
No, I was saying, go the Young Bucks. What's going on there, Andy? You don't like my choice? That's what you got a problem with it?
Like, oh man,
So you guys have a problem
You
with
want to
you?
fight about it?
You better enjoy that burger for me.
I will. And that's what she.
Next up for the main event, you got for the AEW World Championship, you got Pac versus Orange Cassidy versus the person that isn't the best in the world, Kenny Omega.
The person that what?
That isn't the best in the world. You know, Randy Orton is the best in the world.
Orton's
The best
awesome.
wrestler in the world.
It really is.
Hey, Randy Orton's great, man, but
It's amazing.
he ain't. I wouldn't put him number one.
Anyway,
Where would you put him? Number 2?
I would think he's a top 10.
2.5.
I would think he's a top 10. As far as if you talk about like everything, if you talk about everything, the guy, I think he is a top 10, maybe even the top 5. But
Where's Kenny Omega on that list?
Kenny Omega's top 2,
Top
man.
20.
Top 2 or 3.
Who's on the list with him? Top 2.
For me,
Yeah.
it would be Moxley and Roman. Roman, because that dude is the best thing by far in WWE, including NXT. He's the best thing. And it's not even his stories, because I don't think the stories have been that good either. But his character, like he himself, I think, it's just been awesome. Moxley, because...
Hold up.
Oh.
Let's take a second real quick.
What?
This is the first time he's ever praised WWE for something.
What are you talking about? There's things to praise.
And
in
it would be
WWE.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but like,
As a
you know,
show,
this is the first time you
NXT is
praised them.
praiseworthy. NXT's praiseworthy. If you
And
mean
it's
that,
Roman
like
Reigns of all.
WWE or like Raw or SmackDown, then yeah, I guess.
No, but like on camera, on video, on our podcast. This is the first time.
Raw is not good.
Yeah, no one cares about Raw, but like
SmackDown is decent,
it's only when Roman Reigns is on, honestly.
but it's a big part of it is Roman. I think Jon Moxley is up there as well, not just because he's my favorite, but as far as like everything in wrestling right now.
That dude was Dean Ambrose.
No, not Dean Ambrose.
He was Dean Ambrose just a few years ago. He did
It's
complete
really
180.
Yeah, it kind of shows you like if you just let them do, let them have some creative freedom. Hell, even with Roman now, Roman and Paul Heyman have creative freedom to an extent. That's why it's so good.
Seth Rollins' suit game's on point.
I was gonna say it's a little sad you didn't bring up Seth Rollins. Like,
His
I
suit
don't care
game,
if
like
it's good,
I don't
Seth
care, but
Rollins
like
is
his
awesome,
suits.
too. The suits are awesome.
He's gonna drip it down, man.
Burn
the
down,
most
man.
talented of the 3, no one brought him up.
But yeah, so for me, Kenny, Roman, and Moxley, I think are top 3. With Moxley, it's like in ring and stuff. I don't think there's anything special. Like I said, it's more of just it's a different style, right? It's more of a New Japan style. But his importance to me is that New Japan values him so much that they allowed the IWGP title to be defended on AEW. AEW allows him to go to New Japan Strong, and that's opened the door for Kenta to show up in AEW. That's opened the door for Yuji Nagata and Ren Narita to show up in AEW. Rocky Romero was on Dark Elevation. So there's these things that it's like, he might not be everybody's favorite wrestler, in-ring, all that stuff. I don't think he's the greatest at all when it comes to that. But the importance of him right now in the landscape that wrestling is in right now, the whole Forbidden Door stuff, I think he's the biggest part of it. He was the only reason that New Japan was like, let's work with AEW, because they didn't have that. They didn't want that. But because Jon Moxley is that big of a name and has been that big of a character and everything, and as popular as he is, I think he's probably the most important person in wrestling right now. So those will be the 3 for me. Randy Orton is up there, especially now that he's away from all that Fiend stuff, man. I can understand how people can like it, because there were some elements that I liked it too of that feud, but it got dumb real quick.
You like that Arcade Bro?
Huh?
Arcade Bro?
RK Bro is pretty good, and I'm not a Matt Riddle fan. The in ring, yes, I don't like the guy, and I don't like his promos. He bothers the hell out of me. It's like an idiot. But RK Bro, like together, so good. But I have that fear that it's going to be like the Hurt Business, man. Something that's so good, and WWE knows it's good, so they're going to break it up because it's good. I guess I don't know.
Okay. Kenny Omega, Pac, and Orange Cassidy.
Kenny Omega's going to take this, but I think it's going to be really good, and I think it'll be.
Nick has Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
Huh?
Nick has Randy Orton for winning that match.
Oh, I was like, what the hell? Just don't shit in a bag.
I would love to see Orange Cassidy win that match.
Oh, I knew you were going to say
I
that.
think
It's not
that
going
would
to
be-
happen.
Say
that would be crazy fun. In reality, I think any three of them could win, and it would be something. Because I think Pac is probably one of the best in-ring guys in the world. Like that dude, the intensity that dude brings is something else. Kenny Omega, I think, is the best actual wrestler in the world. And Orange Cassidy is really good at wrestling. I don't know why he has so many people that don't like. I get the character, but I don't think you can say he's a bad wrestler by any means. You know,
I'm gonna go on a limb and say Kenny Omega's retaining.
He's gonna go
it's a big risk, man.
Yeah, I'm risking it all.
He's risking all for the biscuit.
Double or nothing, man. Double or nothing.
You already know me. You already know.
Randy Orton.
Pac.
Yeah.
You already know, Pac.
Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy Orton gonna surprise everybody.
Surprise. Nah.
He's a mystery.
Kevin Owens.
He's a joker.
Going with KO, Kevin Owens, Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega's retaining the WWE title.
Yes.
Yeah, Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega.
It's all around Kenny Omega.
100%.
I think the show's gonna be good. I haven't paid attention to wrestling in a while, but like they always put on great pay-per-views and shit. Except for when Matt Hardy won. That was the only one I didn't like. But other than that, they've been putting on good shows. So I'm kind of excited because I even asked for the day off. I just got it, and I was like, oh shit, double or nothing's that day. Fuck yeah.
I hope I'll be awake for it. I get the second dose of the vaccine on Saturday, and I hear that the second dose knocks your ass out for a cool 24 hours. So let's hope I'll wake
your
up
alarms.
to see it. Yeah,
Those alarms.
but it should be a good show. And we didn't even mention the crowds are going to be back too.
Oh yeah, crowds.
So that should help with everything. 5,500 people. So
Pretty good.
pretty decent. And then they're going back on tour. Well, both companies
In
and
July.
ROH, I think. Impact might announce soon also that they're going to be coming back with fans. But they're all coming over here.
Yeah, Money in the Bank's in Dallas in July.
Money in the Bank's in Dallas. There's a SmackDown in Houston. AEW's coming to, I think, Dallas and Austin. I think it's Dallas. For sure, Austin, though. So,
And
you know,
Raw's going to some
Yeah.
city. We don't care.
things are starting to clear up, man. Finally. Or starting to open up, finally. So, can get back to enjoying this.
And indie shows, man. Indie shows. Been going around.
Indie shows are starting to open up again, too.
Yeah, we interviewed Joe Alonso on Friday. And I have another interview with Chris Carter.
He's fighting Fuego somewhere, right? I saw
Yeah,
Fuego
Houston.
cut a promo on him.
Renegade Wrestling Revolution.
Renegade Wrestling. I saw
Yeah.
Fuego cut a good promo on him, man.
You like the promo?
I liked it.
I didn't like it that much.
But I think it's because I like Fuego more.
Fire.
I don't like Fuego.
It was fire. It was.
Fuego.
You're
You don't like
just
Fuego.
biased.
No, I don't like Fuego.
You're just
Wow.
biased.
I told you that. I haven't been a big up on him, but I don't know. I just like him.
You were nice to him when we met him.
We didn't beat him.
I know.
I was gonna say we never met him. He had
Cheered
a
for him. I
Golf
saw
Coast show in Corpus a while back, and then he bailed on it. I was like, man,
You need to support him, man. He has 3
You're
kids.
scorned. He's still burned from that.
he has 3 kids. Does he have 3 kids?
He has 3 kids.
Damn, dude, that's a lot. How old is he?
How old? I have no
He
idea.
looks fucking young.
He does. Little Fuego
He goes
needed
to
some-
work.
I don't know. Fuego's on Tinder or something, man. I don't know.
Fuego's on Tinder.
That's right.
That's pretty much it for the podcast. Thanks for listening, watching. If you're watching, make sure that subscribe button on YouTube. If you're listening, then go follow our YouTube page where we go live on Emo Sewall Productions. That's EMOSEWA Productions.
Seductions.
And Seductions, yes. And we'll be back once a month, more than likely. After, or I think twice a month, after pay-per-views, before pay-per-views, do predictions, and then after the show. We don't know yet. I don't know what days. But we'll let y'all know ahead of time so y'all can catch us live or listen to the podcast on audio. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You have anything else you want to say?
Let's enjoy the show. Everybody be safe.
Remember, folks, always been the bad guy.
Anything, Andy?
No. I don't have a catch.
All right. Bye.
Later.
Adios.